Okay, let's jump right in. Today we are going to talk about that secret reason you sometimes feel totally stuck, like you just can't make a decision. And trust me, it's a real thing, and it has a name you absolutely need to know.
You know that feeling, right? You've spent like an hour scrolling through a food app with hundreds of options. And what do? You close it and just eat toast because you just can't even decide. It's not that you're not hungry. Your brain is just wiped out. And wait till you hear why.
So, that feeling of being mentally zapped from making all those tiny little choices all day long, well, it actually has a name. And honestly, just knowing what it's called is a total game changer.
It's called decision fatigue. Yep. It's this super simple idea that the more choices you have to make, the worse your brain actually gets at making them. It's that aha moment when you realize why picking a movie after a long day feels like climbing Mount Everest.
I want you to think of your brain like a smartphone battery. Every single choice, every single one, from what shirt to wear to which email to open first, it just drains a little bit of that precious mental battery. And by nighttime, you're running on like 1%.
So why does this even happen? This isn't just you feeling tired. Oh no, there's some really cool science behind why our brain's battery runs out so fast. Let's get into it. Okay, so this brings us to a social psychologist named Baumeister. He came up with this idea that our willpower is, finite. It's not an endless supply. It's kind of like a muscle. The more you use it, the more tired it gets. Simple as that. So what's making our brain muscles so overworked? You won't believe the real culprit here. It's not how hard the choices are, it's how many of them there are. We're literally drowning in options. This is something called the paradox of choice. It's an idea from another psychologist, Schwartz, who said that having more choices doesn't make us happier at all. Nope, it actually makes us feel paralyzed and even less happy with what we end up picking.
Sound familiar?
I bet it does. Okay, so our mental battery is totally drained. Now what? Well, this is where it gets really interesting, because a tired brain doesn't just power down. It starts taking shortcuts, and the results can be, well, pretty surprising. Scientists actually call this state ego depletion. This is the red zone. It's that point where your mental energy is so low that your self-control and your ability to think clearly just fly right out the window. You are running on pure fumes.
So, when you hit that ego depletion point, your brain usually goes one of two ways. Path 1, you get reckless. You start making impulse buys, clicking add to cart on stuff you totally don't need. Or, path 2, you go into total avoidance mode. You just pick the easiest, default thing, like ordering that same boring sandwich again.
But what if you could stop this from happening? Well, there is a secret. It's a super simple trick used by some of the most successful people in the world. We're talking people like Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg to protect their brain power.
And it's not some crazy complicated system, it's just one tiny little shift in how you go about your day that honestly changes absolutely everything. Are you ready for this? Here's the secret sauce. They figured out that their mental energy was their most important resource, so they just stopped wasting it on silly little decisions so they could save all that brain power for the big stuff, the choices that actually matter. So how do you do it? It is so easy. It's just 2 steps. First, figure out all the small, low-stakes choices you make every day. Like what to wear or what to have for breakfast. Second, put those choices on autopilot. Wear the same kind of outfit every day. Eat this same healthy breakfast. Make one decision that gets rid of hundreds of others.
See? This is all about taking back control of your mind and your energy. It's your turn to stop letting all these little, unimportant choices run your battery down to 0.
The whole takeaway is this simple but so powerful. Get rid of the small choices so you can supercharge the big ones. It's time to stop just deciding and start actually doing. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. What is one small daily decision that you can eliminate starting tomorrow? Just one. Because that one little change could give you back more brain power than you ever imagined.